A well-known long-distance swimmer is taking on the challenge of swimming 300 nautical miles across the Pacific Ocean. And his journey will take him right through a floating island of trash and plastic, what's known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This open water swim is meant to raise awareness about pollution in our world's oceans. For more on this trip, we are joined live by that swimmer, Ben Lecomte, who will be leaving from Hawaii tomorrow. Ben, thanks for coming on. I see you are on a boat right now and obviously getting prepared for tomorrow. Tell everyone about what your motivation is to take this trip.
Well, I've been an open water swimmer for a long time. In those 30 years that I have been swimming, I have seen, plastic and a problem becoming bigger and bigger about microplastic and microfibers. So I want to use that swim to bring the attention of the problem, to collect some data for our scientific partners, and to inspire people to make some changes in their daily life.
And you have done many of these open water swims before in some of the world's oceans, and you talk about encountering a lot of trash and a lot of plastic. Describe for people who may never see some of these parts of the ocean that you've been to, what it's like out there.
Yeah, so over there in the vortex in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, it's not a floating island that like many people think. It's just a high density of microplastic. It's very difficult to see them, so you need to have equipment to collect the plastic, but the density is very high, and it has a very negative impact on the ocean and the sea life.
All right, tell us a little bit, Ben, about what your game plan is here. How far are you going to be swimming each day? What kind of a support team will you have with you?
So we have a 67-foot boat and 10 crew members. They will be mostly there to collect the data on plastic microfibers. And I will be swimming from big debris to big debris to monitor that, to collect data on big debris as well, because we know that we have invasive species that are being attached to those debris and go into a different ecosystem. So it's one of the protocols we have to follow. But I will be swimming around 8 hours per day and going from big debris to big debris and bring people through the experience with us.
And what sort of a challenge is it going to pose, swimming through all of that microplastic as you talked about there? I mean, that seems like that is tough for you as a long-distance swimmer.
Well, yes and no, because I use a snorkel, so I'm never going to have water in my mouth. I think it's going to be more an issue for the boat because our fresh water is being made from the water in the ocean, so it's an issue with our filters. We'll have to check that very often. But for me, as far as swimming, I think should be okay.
I think one of the other things that anyone watching this is probably thinking about there as you swim through the open ocean of the Pacific is some of the underwater sea life there. I mean, how much concern do you have about maybe getting a visit from a shark or someone like that?
Yes, I'm always very looking forward to seeing something in the water other than plastic. And sharks are there. I've been followed a few times, but we find out that they are very curious. They will come around, circle a few times, and then go on their way. So I hope it's going to happen that way.
You're certainly a braver man than I am. Obviously, you're doing this to raise awareness about the plastics and the microplastics polluting our oceans. What is your final message to the public? How can the average person make a difference on this issue?
Yeah, I think we have to realize that the solutions is in our hand. We can change some of our behavior on land that will going to alleviate the issue and move to a more natural way of living and not relying on plastic. We don't need to use single-use plastic. We can decide to wear clothes that are natural fiber, and that's what we can do. What we should focus on.
All right, well, we wish you all the best on your journey here, and that is long-distance swimmer Ben Lecomte, who will be leaving from Hawaii tomorrow on this 300-mile journey across the Pacific Ocean. We wish you all the best. Take care.
Thank you for your interest. Bye-bye.
Sure.